Hi guys, my name is Shateer. So today I'm gonna share my journey of writing my first book, the Rainfall Diaries. The tools which I have used to write this book is NovelCrafter and OpenRouter AI. So you can follow the same steps if you want to write your own book, and also leave a review about my experience. We will start with NovelCrafter. So I'll just talk about what is a NovelCrafter. NovelCrafter is a editing tool for writers. Basically, you can write fictional novels, and you can use open sources AI models which can help you to write. I did not purchase the paid plan. I started with my trial version for 21 days. So if it is available for you, I would suggest you to use that first. So it's pretty easy. In the first version, which is 400, you will get unlimited, and again in the free trial version you will get the same. So I'll just log in and show you how it looks. So when you create your account, this is kind of, because I already wrote, like, tried to edit 3 books, so it shows me like that. But at the beginning, this is what you will see. So first you use the template novel. If you have, it will not show, because if you the first time there is no template to refer to. So just select the book title. I'll just select Good Guys, or you can surprise me, it will just give you a random name. And if it is a series, you can just select series. In this case it's not, and you just click on create. So what it does is it looks kind of complicated, but it actually is not. So I'll just guide you through it. So this is codex. So whenever you enter, for example, let's say I am writing a book, The Good Guys, and there is a character who is the police, and he's police of old town. And I just write basic summary, like rude, like the character description, like he's rude, he's tall, male, personality type would be ENFJ. So there are 16 personality types which I used. So you can just select and just give the brief description about the character, and that's it. You can also add an image if you have some, and you can add a relationship. So what it does basically is, so whenever when you start to write the book, and you refer to this character, so I'll just click on write. Okay, and we'll start with initial scene. Okay, so the chapter 1. So police reached the location. So what it's highlighting is that the police. So I have already insert some characteristics, some features, so it will show. So whenever I type police in the whole editor, it will show. Same way you can add locations, for example an old town, and basic description about the town and everything. I'm not going in deep this, but basically it helps. So in old town, the police arrived. So it already has basic description what I'm trying to write. So how does this help is, for example, if you want to create a scene, you use this slash and just click on scene bit. Okay, so instead of writing it myself, I'll just give a brief scene description. So in old town, the police was always helping in 1920. Okay, and so I click on generate prose, and so basically I have created my own version of AI models, so that it will write in my kind of a voice. You can also create that, but for example, at the beginning you will only see the general propose, and we can just use OpenAI. Okay, so what it will do is, so it uses this reference which we have used here and here, and it creates a scene based on that. Okay, so here the cobblestone will turn glistered under the weakening light of streamlight, have uneven surface, wound deepener, evening. So it's kind of over the top. It have generated for 400 words, so this is definitely not what I would write, but you get it how you can use the tool. So the first is plan. So you can if you have a outline, you can just copy paste your outline here in the plan, and it will automatically create the chapters. I'll show you from my book so you will understand it better. So chapter 1, chapter 2, and then you can add many scenes in one chapter. So in this one you can see that we already have some chapters. I'll go select Alex, John, Leos, Maya, and I've wrote the protagonist, so I've tagged him as a protagonist, is the main character, like middle-aged man, his personality type is taking place in 21st century, basic details. So it helps me to generate the scene better. So here you can see prompt. So in prompt you see there's a one general prose. So if you go what basically prompt does is it gives the prompt to the AI model which you're using. So what we have used is ChatGPT. So this is what is actual system information it's giving to the AI to generate that scene. So let's give AI a role. If you write a specific genre, so this is not gonna show. This line would, you are an expert fictional writer. You are so this is what the engine is going to tell to the AI model, that you are a fictional writer, always write the following rules. So you can change this, not in the general prose, but you can make a copy of this, like clone, and then you can give the instruction. For example, you are a murder mystery writer, then you can just give it details like how to write, what is the tone, show, don't tell, basic details, and you can play around it. Try different models. So I've tried a couple of models, so I'll tell you what worked for me in my scenes. And you can also highlight things. So for example, when I feel like this is good, I don't want to edit it more, I just highlight it green, you can highlight it red. Basic editing tools. For example, this scene, so I just gave the basic itinerary of the scene and the location I wanted to describe, and when I generate the scene, I'm just gonna generate a different scene. So last I used OpenAI, but there is also story Opus. So I usually use Opus, Cloud Opus, which is I would say, if you can use your own prose, it's a good model. It's a kind of the voice, but Cloud usually is better. ChatGPT is kind of restrictive in terms of glory stuff. And there's also Mistral is a good model. I use it in some scenes, so you have to play around with it. And Gemini is also 1.5 is better than 1.5 Pro, and there is also a word limit. You can just type the description scene. So in this case, for example, you have generated a scene and you just want to continue on that. So instead of building a new scene, so after this you just use the continue the story. So here you just again / and instead of selecting scene bit, you select continue the writing. So basically it takes the previous written text as summary as a context, and then you can just write this ahead scene, how it goes. A pretty easy tool. I'll just show you how I used the OpenRouter. So when you use a new account, you will not be able to use the model like this. So when you click on generate prose, because I have already configured, basically I have linked the OpenRouter with my account. Just log in quickly. So configuring You know what? I'll just use a new account to show you how you can link it. Just give me a minute. Let me figure this out.
1 hour later.
Okay, so here the account is created. I will just start with a new novel. Brothers in Wasteland, just a random name. We'll create novel and just go with start writing and slash continue generate prose. Is it already connected? Right about to brothers in Wasteland. Okay. Edit prompt. Let's see. Sonat. Yeah, it shows that I have not linked it. I don't have the credit. So ChatGPT is free, so that's why even if you have not linked the OpenRouter, you can do it. So let's just link the OpenRouter. Just give me a minute. Yeah. So here we'll just show you the steps again. Bottom here we'll click on prompt, and prompt you can see select a prompt to view OpenAI. So here you see your connection is OpenRouter. So here is already connected. So what I will do is I'll first delete this one. Okay, and the process is you have to just click connect here, but just keep another tab where the openrouter.com, the website is open. Agree. So just creating a new account for you guys to understand. So OpenRouter is pretty simple, so you can just chat and use different model all across, so you can choose which kind of a model you want. DeepSeek is also a really good model, we can just try. And so basically what OpenRouter does is when you use a model like ChatGPT or any other model, there is a price, right? So ChatGPT price for subscription, so not for the freer version but for the models such as the Pro, so it has like 200 per month, and similar with other like Claude AI and other models. But OpenRouter is a like open source where you can use all the models and you don't pay for monthly subscription, you pay as you prompt, so per chat. So how you do that is you just go on credits and you can add the credit, just add the payment details and everything. Once you have done that, you can create the API key is created and you can just link that. So here I'll just connect the OpenRouter, continue to OpenRouter. So I'll you can set a limit of credit. So for example, what is the amount till I just want to use? So I can select like $4 or $5 authorized. It's optional, so if you want you can just say no as well. So authorize. NovelCrafter is requesting. So basically because the tab was open, so it already got requested and it's connected, so you don't have to do anything. Just log in and open, and it's automatically connected. And after that you can close the tab and you will be able to use OpenRouters from your NovelCrafter. You can create a key if it doesn't work and then manually just input the key here. So if it didn't work, you had to connect, and if it didn't work on connect, you have to manually enter the key. But it's working here, so we don't have to like API key. Just copy paste this key which you create here and just connect here, and money spent it will show you. I'll just give you the brief about how it looks. So once you delete it, you cannot retrieve it. So yeah, make sure that you save it somewhere, even with your novel. So if you delete it, there's no backup here in the NovelCrafter. I'm just gonna delete here. Okay. The reason I'm doing this is I don't want to get confused, so I just want one account. I'll log in with another account and with the open key as well. I just wanted to show you how you can connect. And so how the credit system work is you just add the credit here. I'll log in to my old account so I can show you the credits which I have already added. Just give me a second. Here. So you can see 19 days ago I have recharged for $4.4, and we'll see what I've used it for. So in activities, so you see like every prompt I used Open ChatGPT, it cost me $0.0068 and $0.14. So it depends on what, for example, the number of words and how difficult that prompt is. But you can see that I have used Anthropic, which is Claudia, and then Azura, then OpenAI. So I've used different models, and it cost me differently, but it's never like even $1. It's always 0.08, and here because it was the query was big enough for me to cost $0.1. And this is it. So like $4 or $5 you can probably generate up to I would say 10,000 to 15,000 words if you just engineer it. It's cheaper than buying the subscription. However, if you feel like their ChatGPT is free and you can just use that, but it's not gonna give you the same result, because here in NovelCrafter you are creating your own prompt, right? So what you do in NovelCrafter is you are creating characters, locations, and whenever the scene is created, this data is already there and you can use it. But in ChatGPT there is a limit, so every time you have to mention those details like the voice of your writing, the character details and the story details, and then you have to generate the prompt. So instead of doing it one by one and then typing of the whole prompt, you can just use here. Would be easier for some people. I tried to do it, but for free version it's a great tool, I would definitely say. But after the 20 days period, and then there is $20 monthly, which I don't think as per me is value for money. So for me, NovelCrafter is a great tool if it was $20, let's say, for a year. But for a month, $20, it's not a great tool for me. But again, there are so many things you are able to do, like with the NovelCrafter. I've engineered so many prompts, like a story mode. I've given specific, like you are a non-fictional writer, put the dialogues in a paragraph. So there's so much work load wise, like for doing it on a different AI model separately. It saves a lot of hard work. It doesn't save time actually. So if you think like you can use just AI to save time, that's not gonna happen. So this 8-chapter book, which is around 15,000 for 14,500 words, it took me around 20 days, and which would have taken me if I used a Word format as well. So yeah, so what I would suggest is use ChatGPT for outline. Like you can just generate an outline for Wasteland of Brothers. If actually I do like to generate my own outline, I'm just showing how you can better use it rather than just telling it to generate your own. So here it's given me a basic introduction, like the protagonist are two brothers, inseparable, introduced. So it gives you a general idea. So it's more of a brainstorming than rather than just depending on the ChatGPT itself, because the story, the voice, it will give you generic responses and over the top responses. So what is your job is to go ahead and edit that. if I go and then introduction to fraction bond, and then I write my scene. So for example here, introduction of a fractal bond. So the boys used to rob coal factories to survive, and they are not actual. This is just kind of over the top and just gave a basic introduction. So it's gonna refine it. So it's gonna write a scene setting and the protagonist, and you brainstorm with it, and then that's exactly how I wrote it. I did not just say write a complete book and it generated, but it's kind of a brainstorming. So some ideas I like, some I don't like, some kind of a voice, and just play around with it. You figure it out like what you need. Overall, cannot completely depend on it, but yes, if you are stuck somewhere, it's a great tool to get you out of the ditch. Cost wise, if you are if you want tools, use Claudia. Definitely you can, instead of just using NovelCrafter, you can just use Google Docs. I have done that thing. So just use Google Docs and type prompts in Claudia, brainstorm, and you can select it. But if you have some bucks to spend, like few dollars, $5, $10, $20, and you just want to try it out, you can go ahead and try out OpenRouter. Just just update the credit with $5 and play around. You can use the free version of NovelCrafter and figure out. So for me, I don't think I'm gonna use it in future books, but I did wanted to try it, and it definitely helped me. And yeah, that's it. So for the next video, I would show you how I wrote, how I edited the book, like basic details, like the plagiarism, the ISBN, and how I published it on KDP and other stuff. So if you want, you can watch the second video. I will talk about the trademark and how you, the last pages of AP references, and just formatting it. And for cover, I just use Canva. So I'll just cover that as well in next video. Yeah, so that's it for this video, and thank you for watching.